Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from Tutor Perini Corporation, a big construction company. It's all about what happened at their yearly shareholder meeting. It might sound boring, but we'll see if the shareholders voted to give the top bosses even more money or shares. Let's get started. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we can all discuss these reports together. This report is called an 8K, which is like a quick update a company sends to the government about important events. In this case, it's about their yearly meeting with shareholders. This meeting happened on May 15, 2025. The company we're looking at is Tutor Perini Corporation. They're in the construction business, think big buildings, tunnels, and other huge projects. Okay, so at the meeting, one of the big things that happened was about something called the Tutor Perini Corporation Omnibus Incentive Plan. This is basically a plan where the company can give its employees, especially the top executives, rewards like shares of the company. The shareholders voted to make some changes to this plan to amend it. What changed? Well, they increased the number of shares available for awards under the plan by 2 million shares. That's a lot of potential rewards. They also extended the plan for a couple more years until April 10, 2030. This means the company can keep giving out these rewards for a longer time, so basically the bosses can get a lot more money. Another important part of the meeting was voting on different proposals. Proposals are kind of like questions or ideas that shareholders get to vote on. First, they voted to elect the people who will be on the company's board of directors. Think of the board of directors as the people in charge of making big decisions for the company. The shareholders elected 10 people to serve on the board until the next yearly meeting. Let's look at how many votes each director received. Ronald Tutor got 41,754 votes for 1,269,649 votes against. That is a pretty big margin in favor. Jigisha Desai got 39,000 8,825 votes for and 3,825 votes for and 3,112 against. Most of the directors were voted in with a similar level of support. Next up, they voted on who should be the company's independent auditors. Auditors are like financial detectives who check the company's books to make sure everything is correct. The shareholders agreed to keep Deloitte and Tussell as the company's auditors for the year. Looking at the numbers, over 46 million votes were cast in favor with only about $895,000 against. It looks like most people agreed with this choice. This next vote is interesting. Shareholders voted on whether they approved of how much the company's top executives are paid. This vote is advisory, meaning the company doesn't have to follow what the shareholders say, but it's a good way to see how people feel about executive pay. The results, about 13 million votes for approving the compensation and over 28 million against. That's a pretty clear message that a lot of shareholders aren't happy with how much the executives are getting paid. Finally, they voted on the amended and restated Tutor Perini Corporation Omnibus Incentive Plan, which we discussed above. This is the plan that allows the company to give rewards like shares to its employees. The shareholders approved the changes to the plan with 40,675,747 votes for and 1,647 votes for and 1,647 votes. So what does all of this mean? It seems like the shareholders are mostly on board with the company's plans. They approved the board of directors, the auditors, and the incentive plan. The big exception is executive compensation. A large number of shareholders voted against it, which suggests they think the top bosses are getting paid too much. It could be because the construction business has been facing challenges. Big projects can be delayed and costs can go up, and shareholders might be feeling the pinch. Overall, Tutor Perini seems to be doing okay. They're still winning big construction projects, but they need to pay attention to what their shareholders are saying about executive pay. If they don't, it could cause problems down the road. It's a balancing act between rewarding the people in charge and keeping the owners of the company happy. Alright, that's our breakdown of Tutor Perini's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.